record so that I don't forget to do that. And let me mute everybody. Okay, guys, I know we're going to have more people get on and I'll keep admitting them from the waiting room. But welcome to our Monday Night Live call. I said this, I've been a little sick. So I apologize if I'm over here with Kleenex and coughing and all the things, but there's all this sinus skunk going around. And Jack got it and then Mama got it. So as it goes, but I'm so excited about this call tonight. Guys, there are so many amazing things happening in Plexus right now. I know we had our Super Saturday recap last week, but is anyone still kind of reeling from Super Saturday and all the things and how great it was? Listen, it was fan-freaking-tastic. It really was. But if you thought that was something, get your booty to convention, y'all, because I'm telling you, blows Super Sat. Now, the Super Saturday wasn't fantastic, but there's nothing like convention and everybody being together in person, getting live in-person training. Yes, they have offered it virtually in the past. I will imagine they will this year as well. Please don't quote me on that. But there's nothing like being there in person. And I know some people, the whole Vegas thing trips you up just a little bit, but just think about it this way. You're there for Plexus Convention, and hotels are a lot cheaper in Vegas than they were in Nashville. So woohoo for that. Yay for that. You can get a really nice room for a not very expensive price in Las Vegas. So get yourself a couple of roommates. If you need roommates, go ahead and post it in our team page and we will make sure that that gets approved. If you know someone on your team that needs roommates, go ahead and start that post and we'll get a thread going and make sure that that gets approved. Who has already earned a little extra cash this month? Anybody loving the incentives happening right now? Oh my goodness, they're so good. So I love how much Plexus loves on us and how generous they are to us. Goodness, there is not another company on earth like it. I am so thankful tonight for our speaker. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Yesterday at about 2 p.m., what I had planned for tonight's call completely fell through. And I texted Jenn Hawkins. And it was one of those things where I was sitting there going, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I didn't even tell Jenn this, but it was like clear as day, as if I heard it from the Lord. He said, Jenn Hawkins. And she and I don't text often, but I texted her and I'm like, hey, here's my situation. Can you do it? And she texted back a little while later and she was like, Amber, I would love to do this, but I just can't. I'm like, hey, it's no problem. It's totally last minute. I get it. You have a life. How many of you are living vicariously through Jenn Hawkins' latest travels? Did you see these? Oh my gosh, go look at her page. Amazing. But she texted me back just a little while later. She said, Amber, I can't get this out of my head. I really want to do this. I've moved some stuff around to make it work. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I think I'm Jenn's like level 6, maybe? I don't know, something like that. But we're buddies and I'm thankful for her. I'm thankful for her testimony. She loves Jesus first and foremost, and she loves her family. And I'm so thankful for that example that she sets. She is what we call a double diamond, y'all. There are 3 of those in the entire company. And Jenn is one of those. And she's also a 5-star diamond. Now, if you don't know what that means, we'll talk about that later. But it's a big deal, y'all. So listen up. I'm excited to hear from her because I just feel like, I'm not even kidding you. It was like the Lord said, text Jenn Hawkins. I didn't text anybody else. He just said, text Jenn Hawkins and ask her. And then she couldn't get it off her mind to do it. So there is a very strong reason, for some reason, why you are on this call tonight, Jenn. And I think it's bigger than the both of us. And I'm thankful for you. And I love that wallpaper behind you. That's beautiful. Goodness, it's like you're in a garden. But Jenn, my sweet friend, go right ahead.
All right. Well, thank you for that sweet introduction. All of that is true, what happened yesterday, but I'm really excited to be with you guys. Like, I couldn't get out of my mind because I love Amber and I'm like, I have to figure out a way to make this happen. So I wanted to be with you guys tonight, and I'm seeing lots of familiar faces and names and some new names and faces, but I'm happy to see you or to virtually meet you, sort of, kind of. And yeah, so in thinking about what I was going to share with you guys, and that was, last night, I was like, the biggest thing on my mind right now is after Super Saturday, I was lucky enough to be at the Nashville like satellite event. Was anybody there in Nashville? Like, add in the chat, or if anybody was there, then this would be a repeat for you. But it was amazing. So we gathered, which it's like the Bible says we cannot forsake gathering together. And I feel it's the same way about Plexus. We have got to get back into community and gathering and being together in person. So I hope that you were with other people connecting, and just like Amber said, convention, make that happen. I am drinking my Restore. I'm doing my day one of a reset. So that's what's happening over here. So I want to share with you guys. So we were in Nashville and we streamed the event, and then we had some amazing local leaders. We alternated between testimonies, which were incredible, and some training. And Amber Miller gave a training that I thought was so fantastic. I hope that she delivers this training at convention. Now, I won't do it justice, but I want to give you guys the cliff notes, because what I felt was really like, that is super tangible. Amber was on, when they did the leaderboards for I think it was for 2023, she was in the top of developing silvers for her level ones. So what she shared with us, which I'm going to pass on to you, that's what she does. And so how would you like to be on the corporate leaderboard for developing level 1 silvers? Would that make a difference in your business? Would that, you creating and bringing on people who are going silver and wanting to work this business, what would that do for your business? So she named her whole training Leading with the Business, but I think it was more than that. It was more than just the lead with the business. It was sort of what to do next. So I have some slides that I want to share with you, because there's some verbiage in it. And so you can take a picture or whatever, but I will send these slides or these graphics to Amber, and Amber, you can put them in your team page. But I have them already because I went on my Super Saturday recap. I wanted to pass this on to my team, who wasn't obviously at the Nashville event, to hear Amber. So, but I'm giving her all of the credit. She's amazing. And this is 90% her. I'll probably add some of my own little tidbits here and there as well. But just in thinking about 2024, and Amber, you said it, like, Super Saturday was amazing. I keep thinking about like the Genevieve and Jean, just like, now is the time. Like, now is the time. They're giving us so much. We have more than we have ever like had to work with when it comes to Plexus land. We have no excuses to run. And then also these amazing incentives. So I'm going to share my slides, and I think it's going to come up on a slide that has, can you let me share my screen there?
I'm gonna make you the host. So just watch if anyone's in the waiting room.
You can make me a co-host. It should work still. And then that way you can.
It only says make host.
You don't see co-host?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'll watch or you can disable the waiting room before you.
Okay.
That way I don't miss anyone. I would hate to leave someone sitting over there.
All right. Someone tell me how to disable the waiting room.
So if you go to the arrow on participants, I do this all the time for our Real People, Real Stories. And then you open the participants box. There should be a more, like 3 dots maybe, that says more. And then I'm not seeing it because I'm not. You could actually make me the host and I can do it. I can disable it.
Okay, that would
There's
probably
more,
be.
and then you just check the box. But
I've
sorry,
never done
y'all.
that before.
I didn't
Look
even
at me
think about that. That I'm like, I need all these
getting,
permissions.
getting live Zoom training from Jenn Hawkins. Okay, you are the host.
Okay. So I'm just going to disable this right now because it will more. There we go. No more waiting room. So they'll come right in if that's okay. Okay. So let me share my screen. Those incentives, you guys, this, what do you call it? The build your own incentive. Like, if you were to do these activities anyway, your business is going to grow. I just love, like Amber said, how incredibly generous our company is to pay us for things that build our business anyway. So I'm totally obsessed with this build your own incentive. And then it also coincides with the convention contest. But let's get to Amber's training. So I've titled this Getting Business Builders, and in a I just have some bullets of what she said. This is not fancy, by the way, because I literally just threw it together really quick after Super Saturday before my team recap. But whenever you are thinking about business builders, and let me just ask you really quick, and you can add this in the chat. Did any of you get on because you may have, Amber said, okay, Jenn Hawkins is going to be on, and you got on, you've not really been working your business for a while, and you're just like, oh, I just want to get on to see Jenn and see what she has to say, but you feel a little stuck because you just haven't been doing much. You don't have to admit it in the chat. You don't have to do that. But I feel like there's someone out there, and I want to tell you, I get you. I relate. Like, I went to the UK. I came home, getting back in the swing of things. We had a snow week last week, and I am feeling like, okay, I need to get my head back in the game. That's okay. This is one, like, the amazing benefits of this business, that it is there and you can come back, and you can come back, and you can come back strong. And this is the perfect time to do that. And I hope what I give you tonight will give you some things to be like, okay, I can do this. I can move forward. There's something here that I can grab onto that I can implement tonight. I can implement tomorrow. So I have been there, and I will tell you that if you feel like I don't know where to start, I'm telling you where to start. It's always activity, and it's always the basics. Okay. Activity is always the cure to what ails your business. So get into activity. You will feel better about yourself. It will create momentum in your own day of continuing to do the things that will end up moving the needle. But you have to just start, even if you're like, I haven't been doing it for so long. So I feel like someone needs to hear this, but I get you, because I feel like I am just now getting my head totally back in the game this week with my kids getting back to school. I mean, we had a snow week. It was like, they're not back to school yet, 8 days out of the school. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, 6 days out of school. But anyhow, I digress. Okay. I don't know why I disabled that waiting room, but somebody was still getting in. So, okay. Let's go back. Sorry, I'm totally, but I had to say that. So as you are jumping into your business, and whether you've been in it, you have been in the like trenches doing it. Why that's not working? Okay. I, or you are coming back. I want you to think about the people in your network that, how this will impact them, to think about that. What is, like, I want you to be clear about your goals and what your why and what you want about this. And if you already know your goals, like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, your why, whatever that is, add that in the chat right now, because I want to see those. You've got to be clear, but I also want you to think beyond that and think about the people in your life. What would this income opportunity do for them? And then you are going with a mindset of serving them. Like, I am serving you because I know what kind of a blessing this will be for you. She talked about this stopping the mindset that you have to be successful first before you can talk boldly about the business. I know someone out here is guilty of this. They let you feel too shy to be bold about the business because you have not been successful. Maybe you're not even silver, or you're not gold, and you think I can't sell the business because I haven't been successful. That is like a chicken and the egg thing. How do you think you're supposed to get business builders who will help you be successful if you think you can't talk about the business and being bold about the business and what an amazing business opportunity we have, income opportunity we have, and get those business builders if you are literally blocking yourself from bringing on business builders to lock arms with you and run this business with? And we love our product users. I know you do. We love VIP customers, but when it comes to building a sustainable income with Plexus, you have got to have business builders. So get out of that mindset that you can't be bold. You can be like unashamedly bold. Say, I just finished this training where you're talking about Super Saturday or convention or a team call or whatever, and I am fired up. I am working towards a 6-figure income with Plexus. I want you to do this with me. So, absolutely be bold about sharing the business. We talk about this all the time. You don't know what other people are struggling with. People don't put out on social media. I mean, some people do, but most people are not putting out on social media that they are struggling to make ends meet, right? They don't talk about that. You don't know who is desperate for extra income that this could be an amazing blessing for. Like, also, you don't know who they know. So Amber said this, and I don't have it written down here, but she's like, I like to imagine that the people that I know, they have a rock star, and we are going to go uncover and find that rock star to join us and build this business together. They have someone. Like, I want to help them find that rock star, that business builder that's going to be blessed and be a blessing. And this is, yeah, if you're hold back or you are hesitant, you are literally withholding a blessing from someone. So when you come at it from that mindset, it will help you be more bold about sharing the business so you can get business builders. Like, let's go, y'all. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Talking about being consistently posting and utilizing stories to share about the business. So what she was saying essentially was being consistent to layer exposures little by little, showing them potential, because when you do reach out, they are going to, like, you are giving them little tiny commercials about what Plexus is about. So basically the end goal is that by the time you reach out, they know what you do. They know that there is an income opportunity. That would be your goal, but you are layering these exposures, and it takes that time and consistency. And remember that when you post, whether it's a post or a story or whatever, only a small fraction of your audience is seeing what you're putting out there. I think we can get stuck and be like, okay, I already posted that, or already kind of said that message and stuff. It's okay to be repetitive, and repetition is a great teacher. So know that, like, if you're trying to reach a lot of people, you have to be consistent in putting the same and different messages throughout there. You are layering those exposures and educating people, planting seeds bit by bit. And then she was talking about, and I love this, she's like, we have to get away from saying the building a business because it seems more intimidating, but using the verbiage, the extra income or income side of Plexus. When I show you this verbiage, I think it's on the next slide, you'll see what I'm referring to here. Okay. So this is her, Amber Miller's first message example. And I love the way she words this, but I'm going to read it to you. But again, I will share these with you as well via Amber. But hey, friend, I'm sure you've seen me posting about it, but has anybody taken the time to share Plexus with you yet? It has done so much for my health, helping me with sugar cravings, lack of energy, bloating, just to mention a few things. And it has helped our family income-wise as well. Would you be interested in learning more about either or both? So asking if they're interested is not asking them to go to the altar of Plexus. It's not asking them to like marry you right now. So it's just asking if they're interested. And so I love the way she says this. It's just very like non-salesy. But also, I want you to also be thinking about, because whenever I share all these verbiages with you, remember the whole go for no piece? Like I told my team last week, I'm like, if you get no's, you're no worse off than you were before you asked, but you're not going to get a yes unless you ask. So all those no's that you will get, because we get them, they're going to happen. You're that much closer to a yes. So being bold to just ask if people are interested in learning more about either or both, putting it out there about the income piece. Okay. So here's another example of a message after they've ordered. So like you've just had a VIP order the products, maybe they've reached out to you about, you've posted, they finally like, okay, it's the right time. They want to start the products and they have ordered. So a follow-up question to them would be, so I can best serve you. Would you be interested in the income side of Plexus if you enjoy your products? Sorry, that just went on. So I loved how Amber said, she goes, most people, so we're going to go ahead and get this out there in the front. They're like, they don't even think that they're going to be open to it until they've experienced the products themselves. And she's like, I'm really going to encourage them to not wait until they've gotten they've decided that they enjoy their products, right? I'm not going to wait, but this helps me gauge their interest if they're going to be willing to share, if they're interested in that income side of Plexus. Okay, so I love that question. If you didn't ask that question before, you didn't get to throwing the income piece out there before, they've ordered the products, maybe they haven't even started them yet, or they're just getting started on them, okay? Now, here's one for if they've been using the products for some time. So this could be anybody that you're currently that are your VIP customers, those product users. All right, since you've been using your products for some time now, are you interested in, or would you be interested in learning more about the income side of Plexus? Are you interested in the income side of Plexus? Would you be interested in learning more? Something like that. So again, the worst thing that can happen is they say no and you're no worse off. But even if they say no, you've planted a seed because you don't know what could happen in their life down the road that they're like, there's an income side and she wants me to partner with her. So you have planted that seed and put it in the back of their mind already, even if right then they're not like, yes, I want to learn more. Okay. So any of the questions, if they say yes, they're interested in the income. So a next question would be, so I know the best information to give you. What are you looking for to get your products covered? $300 to $500 a month, $1,000 plus a month, just to gauge like, okay, how serious, like, are they these like, I want to offset my products, a little extra money, or I could really use some extra money. Then you kind of know how aggressive, I guess, to be with them. So then she would say, Amber's like, okay, now we're going to go to A, B, C, D, E. So A, she's so cute. Applaud yourself. Yay. This is awesome. They're interested, right? And you put yourself out there and they want to learn more about the income. Okay. So the second one, and this isn't, I added this piece because she didn't talk about our Real People, Real Stories calls or the Sunday night calls, but I wanted to mention them to you, is make sure you know about them. But the B would be build belief. So you would do that through sending a testimony that would relate, obviously, or are y'all familiar with the Real People, Real Stories calls on Thursday nights? I know actually I see Amy. I know Amy has shared in them. I know I feel like more have shared and been in on those, but every Thursday night, we have at 8:30 p.m. there's a testimonial call. It's about 20 minutes long. And it's I love these calls because it helps even new people. So you have a new person who's interested, right? They are learning, even though they're the prospect, they're also learning that it's easy for them to share, because I can invite people to a call. I don't have to know all the things. I can invite someone to a call to listen to testimonies, a little bit about the products. I don't have to be the expert, and it's relying on these third party tools that really shares the power of Plexus. Okay. So B is build belief, Real People, Real Stories, Thursday nights, the Sunday night calls that Melissa Eichenhorst has headed up. I don't know if you guys are plugging into those, but they're amazing. And that would be a really good call, especially for someone who says yes to being interested in the income, and then sending them testimonies. So you're getting them excited from the get-go, building their belief in what Plexus can do for them and for the people that they're going to go share with. The C is community, connecting them to the community that you're in, a three-way chat. Amber said, and I couldn't agree more, she's like, I don't know how many people I would have completely lost if I hadn't have plugged them into something bigger than myself. And I would say that even for me, like when I first joined, gosh, now it's almost a dozen years ago now, but my sponsor had just joined right before me, and we were both brand new. We had no clue what we were doing. But the one thing that she did for me was she added me to Jennifer Poole's Plexus team page. And I don't know if some of you have been around that long, but you may have been added to that page too if you've been around for a while. But it was that page where I caught the vision and I could see what was happening. And I was like, these girls are doing this. And if they can do it, I can do this. It's where I was inspired, where I saw, where I learned all the things. And I don't know if I would be here today if Erin Harrison had not added me to that team page. I really don't know that I would have, because that's where I started getting that fire lit in my belly for running with this business. Okay. Was that connection to the community. All right. D is do it with them. Okay. So we're literally hand holding them through the process. Who do you know, helping them build that list of people that can use the Plexus products, maybe use the Plexus income, help them send those same messages, give them that verbiage, show them what to say, help them invite people into the calls, the Real People, Real Stories, the Sunday night calls, send them reminders. You are literally like, and I loved how she said this, and I don't think I put it on here, but you're working so closely with them. She said, I'm actually working through them. I'm showing them, I'm so involved with their first 30 days that I am working through them. I'm like, okay, send this message, or here's a message to send. You can put it in your own voice and send this message, and then let me know what they say back. Screenshot and send it back to me and tell me what they say. You are helping, you're giving them confidence as they are growing, and no wonder she is at the top of the leaderboard for developing the most silvers. She's leading with the business. She's putting the income opportunity, the income extra. Are you interested in the income side? Are you interested in the income side? Are you interested in learning more? Are you interested? And then I'm sure she gets a lot of no's, but she's going to get yeses along the way. And then when she is doing it with them. And I was so convicted because I work pretty closely with my people who are doing that. But I was like, oh, there's a lot more I could do to help make sure they are successful and they get the bug. They get the vision. They are like so in, they can't wait to go senior silver and then gold and beyond. So, you'll see this help them post, see the cheat sheet. I'm going to show you that. And And I'll also send that to Amber too, because that's coming up next. Okay, so that's D, do it with them. E is expectations and encouragement. So obviously celebrating even just their doing the right activity. And then when they get someone that's interested, being like celebrating, being excited with them, and then setting those expectations, reminding them that potentially they had been watching you for, I don't know how many months, maybe years. Maybe you had sent them messages before and it took them a while to come around, that we can't always expect the first time we reach out to someone or the first post we make to get all these people interested, because sometimes it does happen and sometimes we get lucky. But usually it takes people time, and the idea of the layering exposures and to kind of see what's going on, to get a handle, and for it to be their right timing as well. So setting those expectations, because, and I do a call with my new people once a month, and I give an analogy that so many people treat this business like they're playing darts. And they throw a dart at the wall and it doesn't stick. And they literally like, oh, that didn't work. That's not for me. I'm out. But that isn't the way this business works. It takes work. It takes practice. We are learning while we're earning. It's just being in it and being committed to the process of failure is just the process of learning on the way to success, and understanding that we're going to get no's and that's okay. And people take time to come around. So just setting those expectations for them, because otherwise they're going to be like, oh, threw the dart. Didn't get a bullseye. Yeah, I'm not cut out for this, right? Doesn't work that way. Okay. We know that. They don't, those are new people that are interested in this income side that are just getting started. They don't have that understanding yet. Okay. All right. So this is, I'm going to skip to this because I just referenced it, the 5 posting styles. This I'm sure you have seen before, but it's just a great little cheat sheet for someone brand new to help them remember, like when it comes to social media and they're out there, to remember all of these things to be posting about and to be engaging in the different posts. I'm going to come back to this other slide here in a second, but there was this was just a cheat sheet that Amber had shared, and I thought it was good. But another thing that she mentioned is that when I just thought of this, I didn't put it on the slide, but I'm going to come back. Here, because I mean, it's somewhere right after they say, yes, they're interested in the income side. Amber said, and I was like, and I do this, like, I do this exact same thing, but I don't ever really, like, when you do things without thinking about them, you're like, oh yeah, I do that too. But it's a good thing to remember and to like teach and be consistent on, is I go look at their social media, and she does it too. And I will look at their social media and I'll be like, okay, you need to up your game. You need to start posting more. You need to start engaging. You need to start warming up your audience and warming up that algorithm, so that when you do start to share, if or when you decide you want to share, you have an audience that is seeing your stuff. Because if you've been inactive for a while, then when they do post, like, oh, I'm so excited about these supplements that are helping my friend feel better, and I can't wait to feel better too. When you make that post and not very many people see it, I don't want you to be discouraged. So let's get your social media active. And so that is something that isn't really on this ABCDE, but Amber mentioned it in her talk, and I'm like, oh yeah, I do that too. And it's something that we need to be also remembering in there. I don't know where this would go, but go help coach their social media, I guess. So, all right, let's come back to this. This was just a conversation flow that she had, cheat sheet that she that she shared, and this isn't so much, this is about really the conversation flow about getting them started on the products. So obviously, if you ask the question, you know, that first message here, let's go back here. I think this is where she was going with this, is that if you, are you interested in learning more about either or both? They say yes to both. The first step really is to get them on the right products. And then you're going to look at their social media, and you're going to talk about start with the A, B, C, D, E. But before that is also getting them on the right products, and getting, you know what I mean, getting them a great product story, right? So this was about the product, of kind of the conversation flow of the products, and I'll send this to Amber as well. So
Hey, yeah, Jen, let me interject just real quick. Guys, she's gonna send me all of her slides. I'm getting text messages and I see some people holding up their phones to take pictures. So she's gonna send them all to me. So you don't have to do that. So just everybody relax. Everybody's trying to write super fast.
yes. So that is it. I'm going to stop the share. I want to look at the chat here and see. Definitely sharing all those. Where's the chat? There it is. So are you guys using these the Thursday and or Sunday night calls to invite people to? I just, they're not just for, I mean, they're really for these potentials, and I think they're so great because they do. Yes, we love them. Amy says, they're great for us in building our belief. I mean, like every single time I host, every single time I'm on, my belief is built, and I've been in almost a dozen years. But they're really like, so that we can be duplicatable, right? Because I tell my team, you cannot be the expert. I have this dietitian, nutritionist, personal trainer that is like, wants to like answer all the questions in all these scientific ways. I'm like, stop doing that. Stop doing that, because it's not duplicatable. You can't, you, everyone, the people you bring on, they're not going to want to work this business because they don't have all those credentials and they can't answer those questions. You have got to lean on these third-party tools, which, you know, these calls or the testimonies. So I've finally been like, she's like, I get that. I get that. Even though I do have a ton of knowledge, I have to hold back and let these third-party tools speak so that they see how easy it is that they can do it too. So anyhow, that was just totally extra and squirrel moment. But anyhow, that's what I got for you guys. Any questions?
Yeah, does anyone have any questions for Jen? You can either unmute and ask or put them over in the chat. However, man, Jen, this was so good. I can't wait to get my hands on these slides. So practical, things we can put into practice tomorrow morning when we sit down, or whenever tomorrow when we sit down to work our business. Any questions? If not, I have a few questions. First of all, you said a couple really great one-liners in there that I don't even know if you picked up on. You said, we're learning while we're earning. I'm like, ooh, that's good stuff. That's something, listen, I'm all for kiddos going to college. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for it. But you could work and become, go to school all these years and even get your doctorate and end up with a great job, but you're going to end up with more than likely, a lot of student loan debt. We are learning while we're earning. And then you said failure is a part of success. And I absolutely love that. That was really good. Okay, Sunday asks, does she work with these people individually or put them in a group chat?
I think she works, the way it came across to me is she works individually with them, but I would imagine a group chat would work just as fine. And as you're sort of helping one person learn how to respond and you're working through them, other people are learning as all together. And I think a group chat would work fantastic too. But I think she does individually, and it may depend on, like, if you had a ton of people, which would be such an incredible blessing. I mean, that would be amazing. If you were trying to get like 5, 6, 7, 8 people at the same time, I think a group chat is for sure the way to go. But if you only have 1 or 2 that you're working through, you could probably work individually, but I think a group chat would be a fantastic idea to work through them, but together. And then it also, you hit that C, you hit C and D all together.
Yeah.
Good question.
All right. Do we have any more questions? Okay, Jen, I have a couple questions for you that I jotted down kind of before the call. Talk to us just a little bit. How important do you think is your why? And over the past 12 years, how much has your why expanded?
It's funny you asked that because I have been thinking a lot about like I need it to grow like again, you know. Um so it is for sure. I mean, because now I feel like I've sort of reached the goals and my why has to even get bigger than it is now, right?
Mm.
I'm admitting Janet Sarborough. I don't know. Okay. You can take back host if you want, or I can give it back to you.
Okay.
But always, always, I mean, your why has got to be emotional um and keep you going. I mean, it really is. I mean, and I can, I mean, again, almost 12 years in the business, and it was super easy in the beginning. It was so like, I did not want someone else to see the first steps of my second and third. If I had I only had 1 at the time, but I'd already missed, my oldest first steps, you know, some chick at daycare saw him and that wasn't okay with me. You know what I mean? So like that, that drove me, and then bringing my husband home and so much, but I am in that place right now. I think I saw, let's see, Jessica saying she's struggling with her what. I have to go bigger right now because I'm so fortunate and I'm so thankful, but God has blessed me so much where I'm like, I'm living it and I'm so thankful. And I've said for a while, I'm like, now it really is like, I want to help other people achieve what they want, their freedom. But I also need something that's just for me too. And I haven't landed on it yet. But it's a good question.
Yeah. I think your why, I mean, it's always evolving, it's always changing. It should anyways, hopefully it is, but I would imagine man, I can't believe it's been 12 years for you. That is absolutely crazy. You didn't have your youngest when I met you. I know that much for sure. Maybe even your 2 youngest. I don't know. I told her yesterday, I feel like I know your kiddos because I've seen them grow up on social media, but
Yeah, it'll be 12 years in May. So,
wild.
yeah.
And
Um,
the amazing thing about Plexus is that, and you guys know this, is that your why can always be evolving because there's no lid on it. There's no cap on it to what you can do in this business. And I think Jen is a really good example of that. And so many other jewels are really good examples of that. There's no cap. There's a lot of other companies out there where they put a cap on how many even level 1s you can have. Plexus doesn't do that. I mean, we can keep growing wide and keep building this team. And so, yeah, for our whys to always be evolving. As you were talking, I felt convicted because here I am writing down this question and asking you this question, and I need to work on my why right now. But I think that's so very important. So, Jen, why Plexus? Why did you choose Plexus? And then why do you stick with Plexus?
oh, that's good. Well, if you've heard me share my story before, you probably heard that I was definitely not interested in this industry, in this sort of business. Um, it was really just the product. So that was it. I was needing to lose baby weight, and this seemed like something I could do. And ironically, I was looking for something I could do so I could be a stay-at-home mom. But because it's a whole nother story, we need a whole nother call about why I was not interested in network marketing. But I was like, that isn't going to be it. But doing Dave Ramsey's Financial PC University, my husband gives me 2 months. After that, I have to break even. So I'm like, I love these products. I want to stay on them, and I have to break even. The easiest way for me to bring in money right now is to just share about them. And so it was that first paycheck that's whenever I was like, actually, this model is amazing. And this is going to be the way I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. I think Sunday, I know Amy, whoever was on last night, and Summer Godfrey said, I didn't understand it. Do y'all remember that? She's like, I didn't understand this. I didn't understand it. I stiff-armed it because I didn't understand it. And then Plexus, no parties, no inventory. Like, one of the all the reasons that I was like stiff arming it, I'm like, that's not Plexus. It's not Plexus. That's not who Plexus is. And I was falling more and more in love with the company. And y'all remember, if you've been around for very long, do y'all remember the Wednesday night calls? Like, literally, like, dial in. Amber says yes. Sunday,
Sheila
Terry
McKenna would
saying
host
yes.
them.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
would dial in and listen, and we would invite people to those calls. And every single Wednesday night, cooking dinner, whatever I was doing, listening to these calls. And my belief was being built. And that's why I'm passionate about Thursday night calls, Sunday night calls, because if you don't get your belief built in the power of what you're offering, the power of what we have to offer, if you are not rock solid in that belief, then you're going to waver. Your days are probably numbered. But it's knowing the power and the gift that we have in Plexus is why I'm rock solid. It's why I'm not going anywhere, is because I know and I see what Plexus can do for people. Like, I didn't start in this to be a 5-star diamond and make so much money I never even dreamed was possible. That's not why I did this. I did this because I wanted to make $1,000 a month so I could be a stay-at-home mom. I did this because I could see that whatever I was offering was making a difference, and it was making an impact. And like, if I can make $1,000 a month and I'm changing lives, I'm in all day long, all day long. And that's still the way I feel. Like I'm so grateful that the Lord has blessed me beyond measure through this company. But if this was still just $1,000 a month, so I could be a stay-at-home mom, we'd probably still live in our little duplex in Colorado, and we would be happy, and I would be a stay-at-home mom, and my kids would be in school somewhere around there, and it would be glorious if that's what God had planned. But he had something bigger than just me being a stay-at-home mom, that he wanted Amber to end up finding these products and adopting sweet baby Jack. And I'm just a link in a chain to that story, and to your story, and to your story, and people's stories that are on your teams. And it's just bigger than that. And I don't know. I think I answered your question. I hope I did.
Oh, Jen, thank
Rambleitis.
you.
I told Amber last night, I'm sorry for my rambleitis. So
Yeah, no,
tell me to shut up.
we both have rambleitis, but man, that's so good. I hope you know this team loves you. We are thankful for you and for your leadership. And thank you so, so, so much for stepping in and filling the spot when we needed someone like no one else could. I'm so thankful for this. I hope you guys Um, walked away. I know you did. I know each and every one of you did. Walked away with something amazing. I want to leave us here in a word of prayer. Yes, we will see you at convention. We will see all of you at convention, right? Right? We're all going to be there. Listen, I have a funny story to tell on my sister. Do y'all want to hear it real fast? I'm going to tell you anyways. When we were at the Diamond meeting and they announced we were going to Vegas and that the theme was velocity, the graphic on the screen, Sunday's already know what I'm going to say. The graphic on the screen, it said velocity. The words were broken up. And no, that was when they announced it in the big room. Everybody tell everyone velocity is a theme. Well, Jana comes to the Diamond meeting. She's like, you guys, I thought we were going to someplace called Velo City. She said, I was Googling it, trying to find out where Velo City was. She's like, is it a nickname for Vegas? What is this? And I'm like, oh my goodness, only my beautiful sister. Absolutely love it. But anyway, we need to get shirts made for our team that say something like Velo City or Bust or something. We'll get Lynn Scarborough right on that. All right, let's close out in a word of prayer. I love you guys. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. I know this is going to be an amazing week. Please reach out if you need help, and I will post these slides in the Building Freedom page. Thank you again, Jen. Lord, we thank you so much for this night. Lord, we thank you for Jen. We thank you for her heart, for her team. Lord, I pray over her and her family, Lord, for your protection over them. Lord, and I just pray that this next year you will just continue to rain down your richest blessings upon her, Lord. God, I thank you so much for our team. I thank you for these amazing people who are leaders, who are strong, incredible people. Lord, I just pray that you will reward their efforts in Plexus. Lord Jesus, we love you. Thank you for Amber Miller and for her amazing training. Lord, we love you and we praise you. And oh, and Siri's also trying to pray. We love you and we praise you. We thank you for everything in your name. Amen. Sorry, I bumped my watch and Siri wanted to get in on the prayer there. All right, you guys have a great night. Bye.
Bye, y'all.